Can't see in these glasses, I better just take them off. So yes, my name's Damien, as you've just been found out, and I'm here tonight to do a couple of unique things that not many people do, I guess. But I do a few impressions though. As does anyone here like Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock? A couple of people at the back there, that's good, because I don't do that at all. And unfortunately, due to some sort of legal issue with Elvis and the company, I can't sing or dance like Elvis at all. So, really apologise for that, guys. But what I do is an impression of a guy who's, well, just gotten out of prison and now doing balloon gigs for kids at parties. Thank you, thank you. I will just set your minds at ease. I will not be charging you guys for balloons tonight, okay? So, rest assured there won't be any charges there. But I had a really good Easter. Did everyone else have a really good Easter here in Rockhampton? Once again, I love the response I'm getting here tonight at Rockhampton. It's great. Very typical. A couple more runs at the back there, Guy. So, being in Rockhampton, and it's just so many good lollies and chocolates out there, isn't there? So I made sure, just like Pokemon, isn't it? You've got to collect them all. You've got to get all those chocolates. It's really, really good. It's really yummy. But there's one thing that happened to me this Easter that didn't happen any other year. I got diabetes. So, all too much chocolate. I'm just joking, didn't really. But I did eat a lot of chocolate, and I must have to say that Elvis is back in the building. That's all I'm going to say. So, certainly put a little bit of weight on over Easter, as we all do, I guess. But I have come back from overseas. Went to Thailand with a couple of friends there a couple of weeks ago. And when you come back in the country, I don't know if you've travelled over international, some people, but you do get a bit of a form to fill out on the plane when you come back in the country. And it has a couple of obscure questions on there too, like, did you touch farm animals at any stage in the last 30 days? Did you possibly, I don't know, have any drugs or firearms on you at the moment? And another one there was, did you visit any farms at all while you're away? What I think there should be another tick box there that says, no, I did none of that shit, I had a crap holiday, so I didn't get to do any of that stuff. Thank you for the lady in the front corner there, that's great. Very appropriate, thank you very much. So, but yes, so travel overseas, but the other thing is too, when you come back into Australia, that border security program I think is very, it's all full of lies, I think, it's really full of lies. I come back in the country and the security guard said, sir, do you have anything to declare? And I said, no, I don't have anything to declare. He said, no worries, go straight on through, the exit's there, car park's just behind that, have a great day. Don't forget to collect your 2.25 litres of alcohol before you get back out to the car park. And I thought that was fantastic. I'm back in Australia, they've already told me to get drunk and hit the piss. That's just, I thought that was fantastic. I'm home again, you know what I mean? But what I am here to do, guys, I actually should say, I should have one more travel tip. If you're going overseas, or I guess anywhere in Australia, and you go and don't stay at the Hilton because the towels are so thick and fluffy, I can hardly close my suitcase. But what I am here to do tonight is balloons. I do a lot of balloon events from here and there, and I do enjoy a little bit of comedy while I'm going as well. So I'll just get some gear out, thank you.
I thought you were asking.
So, I don't know if you've heard of me around town or even internationally. I am renowned as one of the world's fastest balloon animal acts. So, except for the part where you blow it up, that's pretty standard fare, I think. So you just got to tie it off. That's generally really good advice for people starting balloon animal gigs. You've got to tie it off there. That bright light is just, like I'm getting interrogated at the moment, isn't it? So there we have it. So, no, it's not a snake. It does change into something else in a minute. So, kids, don't try this at home. Go to a friend's house. Okay? 1, 2, and there's a blue jay. Thank you. I am not here all night. I'll have to disappear very shortly. But, very welcome. Thank you very much. Okay, that was a bit lame. So let's do something a little bit more with this balloon here. So I can do a Titanic. The ship, the Titanic. I know it's a very small balloon, but I can get by with just this balloon itself. So we do a couple of twists here. Sorry for the noise that's coming through the microphone. That's just part and parcel of the balloon gig, I guess. Bit of a twist here as well. Hasn't blown up yet. Pretty good, going good. And you add that part there, and you just go, oh my god, is that an iceberg? And there you have the Titanic. There you go. Thank you, thank you. Sometimes it gets a winner, sometimes it doesn't get a win at all, that's right. But, wow. So, I do, this isn't my full-time job, but just to let you guys know. This is a side gig that I do, it's not my full-time job. I'd be broke if it was. But I do have a second job. Sometimes I've got to do a bit of research, and so lately I've got to get some textbooks. So I jumped on Google, and I love Google. It's a great tool, a really great tool. But sometimes it just knows a little bit too much about me that I'm really happy with. So I jumped on Google and I said, well, I need to get some textbooks. So I start typing B-O-O, and Google goes, I know what you're looking for. Boobs come up on the Google. Automatically fills it out for me. Sorry Google, that's not what I'm looking for. So I tried a different tact. I thought, I'll try something different. So Amazon.com. Amazon.com's like the world's biggest bookstore. I think we've all heard that before, haven't we? Some people have, some people haven't. So I start typing AMAZ, and Google goes, hey buddy, I know what you need. And it comes up with amazing hot boobs. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, Google. I think I might just have to, I don't know, maybe just throw that computer out. I think get a whole new one, I don't know. But I said I am here tonight to do gigs. I don't just do comedy as well, but do balloons as well. So I do a couple of other things as well, so 1 second. So when you go and do parties and gigs like I'm doing around the place, from time to time you get distracted, you get people talking to you while you're trying to do a balloon gig, or trying to get a bit of a pump going, obviously. So as you know, from time to time you pump something up. Once again, pretty essential, you're tying off, just a handy tip for your kids in the front row, go tie that balloon handle off. So sometimes you might be talking to a dad or a parent or a kid or something, and there's one day this kid comes up to me and said, oh sir, can you make me a sword? And swords are pretty standard fare for a balloon guy, isn't it, sort of thing? So I started doing the swords, I started twisting things off, and I'm talking to a mate over there, and then I'm talking to someone else over here while I'm doing this. Before you know it, I've done some twists, and I've done some other bits and pieces, and I've ended up with that. And the kid wasn't really happy, he's gone, that's not a sword, I wanted a sword. So I've gone, well, it's not a sword, it's actually a golf club. His dad was impressed. When you want to impress the guy who's actually paying the bill, he was quite happy. But no, the kid still wanted a sword. So, as I said, sometimes when you're doing these gigs, you've got to improvise a little bit. You've got to think on your feet sometimes. And so you got to twist and shout, and there's your sword. Want that, buddy? Front row, it's all yours. Come and grab it. No worries. So, but kids today, they've got their own little world these days. Like, I remember going and watching very recently the last Transformers movie, Dark Side of the Moon, I think it was called. And the special effects just blew my mind. They were fantastic, they were great. But I remember walking out of the cinema and there was 3 kids just all bundled together and just going, oh, that was crap. Worst special effects ever. What a waste of my money. The only good thing about the movie was that the popcorn was all right. And I was thinking to myself, 50 years ago, if you showed anyone that movie, their heads would explode in the cinema. You would have people pouring petrol and set themselves on fire. You would have people looting the stores. It would just be anarchy. But kids today are like, OMG, that was crap. What's next? Whatever. You know, I don't understand kids days. I'm past that level now, you know what I mean? But I am here to do, as I said, a few other things today. I do need a female member of the audience, as every presenter, I should say any entertainer, does require a bit of a lovely lady assistant, and unfortunately I do need someone a little bit more mature, so madam, would you care to come up on stage? Wow, she's got some story about a camera. Anyway, so there we go, thank you very much. Thank you. What's your name is?
My name's Vicky.
Okay, Vicky, thank you very much for coming up on stage here tonight.
I just hope I'm not going to disappear.
Wow. There's no magic boxes anywhere around here. But I must say you have a... yes, it happens all the time. Sorry about that. But I must say you have a lovely Very lovely dress on tonight. Oh, that doesn't usually happen, Vicky. Thanks very much for coming out. I'll call you and everything. That's okay. Come on, mate. No one should leave empty-handed. I'll give you something to take home with you.
All right.
It's not that way. Sorry about that. That's later on the night when all the kids are going to bed. I do a couple extra party favours, I think is the word we call it.
The blue pill.
Once again, tie it off. Pretty important we do that. Now, you've got some fascinator on there as well. That's what you call it. That's what I'm calling it. You've got some lovely places on there, bits and pieces, and some rings and some blings. So what I want to give you tonight is a very unique fashion accessory. They don't have it in Paris, and I'm pretty sure if you went over there, they would be stunned if you have one of these things on your arm. So let's get twisting. You got to lube it up and twist it around a bit like that. So this little thing here is pretty unique. It's pretty Australian. Very noisy too. So we usually has a bunch of very small, like let's say, front legs, I guess. Has something to keep that in place. Twist that around like that. And then we want to spin that around. And what we have there, it's artist interpretation, just don't forget. We have a kangaroo you can fit on your arm. Thank you very much, Vicky. Thank you very much. You're warm welcome. Thank you. Now I did read on Wikipedia today. It's a strange fact about Rockhampton. It has the most farts per person in Australia. Now, in saying that, I did actually put that on Wikipedia, and then I read it back to myself out loud at an internet cafe, and now it's on the internet, so I think that's how it works now. Is that how facts work on the internet now? I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty sure it does. See my set list, because I'm so wrong at this sort of thing, bits and pieces. But yes, so the other thing I really do and do not like about the internet at times is sometimes you get those lovely spam that's coming into your inbox every day. And one of the ones I got the other day was like 10 spams of those male performance enhancers. And 10 I got in my inbox the other day. I just think it was the 4 from my girlfriend that were really inappropriate. I don't know why she was sending them to me. But anyway, she decided to send them to me. And the other thing with those emails you get in the inbox every day, sometimes you get jokes from people. Sometimes there's some really good jokes on there. And what I did hear the other day was accountant. What does an accountant use for birth control? Yes, right. Their personality, generally. It's usually puts a lot of people off. And the other one I heard was also, why do female praying mantises bite the head off their partner after mating? And generally it's to stop snoring before it gets started. Know what I mean, ladies? You know what I mean, that's right. Oh my god. Okay. Now, I do need a bit of prop for this next joke. The other one I read on the internet the other day was, there was this guy, and he'd been drinking all day, he had a big day, and he gets on the train next to, on the subway, train, whatever you want to call it here in Australia, and so he sits down right next to a priest, his tie's got dirt on it, he's got lipstick all over his face, he's got half a bottle of empty gin in his top pocket, he just reeks, he's disgusting. So he sits down, he's reading the paper, and he says to the priest next to him, "Father, can you tell me, how do you get arthritis?" Now the priest has already prejudged this guy, shouldn't be judging, but he was, and he's gone, "Listen, son, it's from loose women, lots of alcohol, not looking after yourself, and it's some contempt for other men." That's right, it's contempt for the other person. And the guy's gone, "Oh, geez, that's a bit harsh, right, eh?" Now the priest did think to himself, well, I did probably judge this guy a little bit early. He said, "Sorry, sir, can I ask you a question? How long have you had arthritis?" And the guy's gone, "Me? Just says here that the Pope's got it."
Yeah, you like that one.
Now, I don't do what that guy's done. I try and intend to go to the gym from time to time. I don't really want to have the same physique that Elvis had before he carved it. I like to sort of work out while I can. But when I go to the gym, and what I've been at the gym recently, it's all about iPhones and iPods. Now, they've got an iPod on here, they've got an iPod on here, you know, it's up here, and they're all taking selfies, and look at me, my iPods, I'm on Facebook. And I don't know, like, they look at me with contempt, with utter contempt, and I walk in there, try and work out, you know, and I've got my CD Walkman on. No, I can change CDs whenever I want. You know, I can just pop it out and change it if I want, and I can listen to all the songs in that CD. I don't need a little screen to tell me what song's coming up next or what song is playing now. I listen to all those songs in that CD, even the shitty ones. So, I do need one more person to come up on here and give me a bit of a hand up, I guess. And but just before we do that, I just want to talk a little quickly about relationships. I know it's a controversial subject here, but relationships, like, as a guy who's single now, well, just got out of jail, doing kids' parties for money. I'm not really a catch, am I, unfortunately, but I do remember talking to my last girlfriend. I said, I'm sorry, I must admit, I'm sorry I've let you let yourself go. So I'm going to need you to move out. You're just not keeping it up for me. But that's my relationships. That's not about what's going on here tonight. What's going on here tonight? We have a guy called Robin Tracy. Tracy's put on a lot of effort into tonight. And the man of the hour, if I can find Mr. Robert, just want to take a couple of seconds of your time. Thank you very much for coming up. He's got no idea what's in store of him. So no idea. All good. Don't kick the panels. They get really annoyed about that. Now Robert Tracy. Now it's not Tracy's fault. Like, Tracy's put a lot of effort in there. And have you seen the invitation? There's a lot of words on there. Grandfather, mate, embezzler, I think was one of them for sure. But there's a few technical words on there. But one word that wasn't on there that I think should be on there is juggler. Now, I've got some balls standing up here tonight doing this, to tell you that much. So I did hear that Tracy said yes, you were teaching yourself how to juggle before you turned 50. Let's see if we can give it a bit of a go on stage here tonight. You quite happy to do that? We'll give it a go. We'll give it. If not, we'll have to move it down the front. Anyway, we'll just give it a go. So just 1 second. I'll just get him out. Ready somewhere. Okay, let's get this man going. Let's see what we can do here. You can't work with these? Oh, I'll see what else I've got in there. 1 second.
You can use them.
How about these? He's looking excited. Okay, let's give me that. I'll just take that. I better call her back, I think. She might be looking for that. Go for go. Whatever you wish. If you think you can do it, let's go for go.
What do you reckon?
That's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now, I don't want you to go home empty-handed. I want to see if I can make a bit of a friend for you for the rest of the night. You know, not just me and you, but no, take home a friend that you can sort of keep and have with you all night. So just 1 second. I heard that. Batteries are not included. Sorry, guys. But this little guy here, once again, you've got to tie that off. It's always important. This little guy here, and I don't know how much time is there, but the big today at all. Two? I'm not on the clock. I am not on the clock. So this little guy here tonight, he's a bit of a party favourite of mine. I quite enjoy making him. That's a couple of long thing at the front there. Not what you would imagine, but he's got a couple of long things there. Sorry about the noise once again. The best thing about this thing though is by the end of the night, if you're too drunk, he could probably do the talking for you, if you know what I mean. So we twist that around there, pop that through. Get that around there. And the bonus with this thing is, as I said, you don't even have to worry about carrying it. It's not going to poop on your shoulder. It's not going to cause you any grief at all. So there we go. Parrot. And the best thing is...
Oh, well, Renee, you don't have to clean that one.
Thank you very much, Bob. You've been a great sport. Thank you very, very much. Oh, I'm not going to take mine, but I'll call you. I'll call you about that one. Now, I don't have much more after that. I'm going to wander around a little bit later on and do some balloons for people here for a few hours or so, or 10 minutes, whichever long before I get run out of the country. But I do have a couple more crappy jokes before we go. Dodgy jokes. Everyone loves dodgy jokes at a party like this, don't they? I know I'm looking pretty dodgy. That's part of the joke here, isn't it? I don't know. That's something like that. But anyway, this guy. Well, let's say Damien. That's me, maybe. Let's say this guy went to the doctor and because he changed town, so he has to get a new doctor. So he goes and sees this new doctor, and after 2 visits and numerous tests that he's gone through with the doctor comes back and says, well, you're going to be okay for your age. So the guy was like, oh, doctor, I'm not really happy with that. Do you think maybe I might live till I'm 80? No, I'm not stripping, sorry. So now the doctor goes, well, let me ask a couple of questions. So do you drink? Do you drink and smoke, or get on the red wine a fair bit? And the guy goes, no, I don't do any of that sort of stuff. That's not what I'm about. He goes, okay then. Well, maybe do you let's see, do you do a lot of barbecue meat? Do you do a lot of red meat, you know? And this guy says, no. My previous doctor said that stuff was pretty bad for you. It's not really, you shouldn't really be taking that sort of stuff. Okay. And the doctor says one more time. He says, now, do you play golf? A lot of sport outside, maybe? Do a lot of fishing? Something out in the sun? And he goes, no. Don't do that. I like to stay indoors. Don't do too much of that and all that at all. Right. So the doctor says one last time. He says, "Well, do you drive fast cars? Do you do drugs at all? Do you take a lot of?" And he goes, "No, I'm not into any of that sort of stuff. That's just off the game." And the doctor says, "Why the hell do you want to freaking live till 80?" So there's that one there. So then there's we're going to finish up on one more joke here. Let's keep it very non-political. I don't really like political jokes. So let's talk about God for a second. So he's a bit tired. He's been working for a fair while. So he needs a bit of a break. So he talks to his friend St. Peter and he says, St. Peter, I'm exhausted. I need a bit of a break. I need a vacation. Where can I go for a vacation? So St. Peter goes, well, I know I'm doing the same face as the other guy, but we're completely different guys. So St. Peter says, well, have you thought of maybe going to Jupiter? And God gone, Jupiter's got pretty high gravity. It's really not good for my back. I don't really want to go there. So St. Peter goes, well, there's another place we can go. Maybe we can go to Mercury for a bit of a vacation. And God once again says, no, that's just far too hot. I don't have that SPF 10,000. I've run out of that. I've got to eat some more of that. So St. Peter goes, okay, one more time. How about we go to Earth? How about we go for Earth for a vacation? And God just goes, are you crazy? Last time I was down there, I had a little affair with a Jewish girl, and they're still talking about her down there. Thank you. At least some people laughed. Thank you very much. I'll see you very soon wandering around. Thank you.
Who's been on your drink here?